Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, wagwan.
Yeah, man. Catch the sell the last week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, where you catch it from? Opeso?
Yeah, right up there, sir.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
And
Kakita,
he closed below too, so man,
yeah.
pretty.
More cells. More cells. Something like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's more cells, more cells. Yo, big up everybody. I don't know. Had a banger week last week. Um, Called some trades on gold. Don't know who did catch it, but we had a good trade on gold last week to end the week, Friday. Posted it on the new page, Learn to Earn, JA. If you guys haven't started following the page yet, please do. So learn to trade JA on Instagram. So the movement is that I want to be able to teach Jamaicans the skill of trading. You know what I mean? Because it's another source of income. And I know a lot of Jamaicans would love another source of income. So Um, I want to be able to basically help persons to use trading as another source of income. It has done amazing for me. I've been able to do so much with it. Some of us want to kind of continue and share the love and continue to grow the trading community in Jamaica. So that is the mission. And that is why, you know, I started that community. So, show some love. Um, Follow the page, share the page, interact. You know what I mean? I could build something amazing. So the page is Learn to Trade, JA. So let's follow, like, I gonna drop a YouTube channel as well. I gonna do also a podcast as well every week. I'm going to do live trading sessions every Sunday, chart breakdowns and just teaching people to trade every Sunday. And also, as I said, we're gonna do a podcast where I'm gonna interview even some of you traders, you know what I mean? Just to kind of share your journey because a lot of people out there think that trading is a scam. A lot of people have some misconceptions of trading, and even though some of you might not be profitable, it's good to just share your story and share your journey so that other people can see say it's amazing, it's an amazing opportunity that exists. So I want to support the movement as I try to embark on this. And as usual, I gotta give as much value as I can to you guys. So remember, just follow the page, Learn to Trade, JA, share it, get some love, and make could just make the movement the right way. You understand? So yeah. That being said, I could do some chart breakdowns. I'm gonna start with the big boss, GA, G to the A, GJ, GJ, G to the J. All right. So right off the bat, you don't know how we always do. It's a new week, but let us look at things overall. So far for the year, GJ has been pulling back. This is the level right here that it's possibly heading to before it pulls back. We could also pull out a fib from here to here. And if it does break that point and start to come down, we can look at a deeper pullback to down here. I doubt it's highly unlikely that it's going to pull back all the way down here because um the yen is pretty much doing its thing right now. So I don't see it actually falling back all the way here. But these are opportunities that exist. Currently, what we're seeing here is that price is actually possibly creating a bottom wick first. before transitioning, creating a top wick, and then going for the high above here. So, we don't know when it's going to happen. But we can be mindful that it is going to happen at some point. All right. So we created a high right here last year. We created this high. This is the highest point that we went to last year. And price closed right here, went up a little bit, and then it's coming down now. I do believe, just based on how this candle looks, that this might just flip and drive and grab some liquidity up here before possibly coming back down for a full retest. So, we're still definitely looking for buys overall, but that don't mean we can't take some sells to come down here, right? So for the year, that's what we're looking at right now. 6 months in, pretty much that is what we're looking at. Price is around this point right here right now, which it has actually broken on a 6-month chart. So this is an area where, we can consider that price could come and tap before continuing going down on the lower time frames. But even just looking at this, you can say that this was a rejection from down here. So we had a rejection from down here. So, all right. Price closed above this level. So we're expecting price to probably grab some wick down here to continue to push up. So this does align with our monthly timeline time frame, where we're expecting price to actually push up, but it's definitely pushing on a little bit more before it does push up. Once it pushes up and start to change color, we're definitely going to be seeing some movements to the upside. But as you know, we don't try to predict, we try to adjust and adapt to the market, right? 3 months. As it goes to the 3-month period now, we can see where price is kind of ranging right now. So price came up above here, then it's going down. It might be going to grab some liquidity off of this wick before pushing up, which would align again with what we're thinking about, that price might tap this blue line, this blue area right here before flipping. So the 3-month is in alignment with the 12-month. On the monthly, as you can see, the monthly is also ranging. So for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, we have not really broken past this area right here. We've not broken and closed above or below this area, which brings a lot of perspective to what we're doing now, right? So what we do realize is that the current monthly candle is pushing down past this point. So we're expecting probably the monthly candle might come and tap here before rejecting, right? So again, it confirms to me that we're still sell bias for now. You know what I mean? We're still sell bias for now because what? So far, none of these candles have closed above or below this area, right? For the past couple of months. But so far, with 19 days into this month, with 12 days and 4 hours left, this monthly candle is actually pushing very heavily to the downside. So I'm expecting that the rest of the month might actually push down to about 187.2, and then we can start to probably see some rejections to go back to the upside. So far this month, we're looking like we're still going to be seeing some sells. All right, so it also confirms what we've been seeing on the higher time frame. Let's go to the weekly. On the weekly time frame, we're seeing where this area here was actually broken on the new weekly time frame. So we're expecting price to actually, as I said before, continue to come down. But before it comes down, price typically has to grab a wick. So we're expecting price to grab a wick somewhere up here before actually pushing down here, right? So that's what we're looking at. And an area to be mindful of is possibly this area right here. This, come on. Trading view be acting up right now. So we can be mindful of this area right here. Price did tap into this area and reject heavily to the upside. So we can expect that price might come back to this area again and reject. So we can be mindful of this area also. But if it does break through this area, we're definitely looking for a tap right on this level right here at 186 possibly. Right? But overall, I'm still seeing price coming down a little bit more before pushing up. Even if price doesn't completely come down, I'm expecting it to at least form a wick down here. What is happening with trading view? Let me refresh this. Let me refresh this page. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna just refresh real quick. All right. Okay. Good. So what we're looking at is that even if price was supposed to go back up, right? We're expecting that price, the new candle going to at least form a wick here before forming a body up here like this, and then continue to push up, right? Even if it's going to stop here. But at some point, it has to create a wick. And if we can get the sales for the wick, then at least we can get a trade and then we can get it to go back to the upside. So we can get sells and buys regardless. But what we want to see first to know, to confirm that we probably want to go into sales is if we see price start moving up first to create a top wick before pushing down. So that is what we'd want to see for this coming week, right? So for this coming week, overall, I'm still thinking about sales. That's going to be happening. And then it's going to probably sell to down here and then start to push up. Now let's see what the price looks like on the daily. All right. On the daily now, again, this confirms what we're thinking, right? We had a strong push to the downside here, and it left this area right here as an area where price has some liquidity that it could grab before pushing to the downside. So price broke out to this area. It did a small retest, but I don't think it did a real retest yet. So I'm expecting that price might come back into this area right here and grab some liquidity before pushing down. So I'd expect price to do something like this where it comes up, grab liquidity, and then pushes down to down here for this week, right? So that is what I'm anticipating. But again, we don't anticipate or predict. We adapt. So whatever price gives me to tomorrow or Tuesday or whenever it gives me a move, I'm going to take it based off what I'm seeing. But I have my bias that price is more likely going to come to this area right here and then push down to there. That's my thought, right? So currently price is here. And then you'd want to say, hey, do I jump into a sell right away? You know, you still have to wait. You know, I mean, I might, depending on how things look, I might take a small buy to here, or I might just wait until it comes right here and the opportunity presents itself for me to take the sell, which is the bigger move in my estimation, right? But definitely some liquidity needs to be grabbed up here before it moves. And if you notice, this is possibly going to line up with our Fibonacci golden zone as well. This move to the downside, right? So it does kind of line up with the 50% where we'd want the price to pull back to grab some discounts before we push down. So so we're expecting a pullback for price to continue to push down. And that's on the daily. So we can possibly take some buys and then take some sells, but we still have to look at what the overall bias is and know that if we're going to take the buys, you're going to be risking less than you would because our overall bias is sell, right? So you'd want to take a lot less risk if it is that you're going for the buys before the sell. Now the buys will be confirmed if price does something like this and then starts to hold, and then we can look for buys to continue up. That is when the buys now will be confirmed. But for now, because price broke this area right here, haven't really retested this area right here. So we're expecting price to come back up react somewhere in here, and then push back down. So the only way that we be looking for full-on buys is if we see the candle come up here, start to reject from down here, and then push up. That's what we look for. That's when we change our bias to buys. But for now, our bias is all sells right now. So that's what we're looking at. Anybody have any questions so far? Everybody clear?
All good, man.
You're clear so far.
All right. Everybody agree that it makes sense, right? Anybody seen anything different? Okay, I guess not.
No, Dwayne.
Okay, awesome. All right, great. So for the week, our areas of interest is right here. If the price starts to move up first, or down in this area, if price start to move down first, right? So if price start to move down first, this is possibly a week for it to push up. If it starts to move up first, then this is a week to come up here for it to push down. So these areas would be our areas of interest, which would be about this is what about 188 thereabout, and also this area right here, which is the 193 to 194 region. So those would be our two areas of interest. As we go down to the lower time frame, we might possibly see some potentials for entries. Like currently price has broken this level right here. So this is another indication that we might be going down, because guess what? Price actually broke this level right here and it is maintaining below here. Now, for us to take the short-term buys, right, what we need to see is we need to see price push up, break here, start to show some level of rejection, then we get a confirmation to move here. Now, this is why I'm okay with taking the buys, because I think we should have, based on the range, we should have enough space for us to take a nice buys for a 1 to 3, right? So if we get something down here, you can get a 1 to 3, even all the way to up here. And as I always say, you can consider taking a counter trend as long as the range that is there is giving you at least a 1 to 3. Because the whole idea is that you want to be able to trade a 1 to 3 at minimum, right? So you'd mark off your 1 to 3 right here. And once you see price moving above your 1 to 3, then you can start to say, all right, the moment price start to pull back to this area, I'm closing out my trade, because guess what? I am okay with getting 1 to 3, which is what I did on the gold trade on Fridays, if anybody was following that, right? I was expecting more than 1 to 3, but once I saw price hit a particular point where I know that there's going to be a reversal, I started to look at it and say, okay, now it's time to jump out. I already got my 1 to 3, so trying to be greedy and get more doesn't make any sense. So I jumped out of the trade and made approximately $8,000 from the trade, right? So that is how you manage your trades where that is concerned, right? So we look at this area as an area that price can reject from. So we want to be able to know, say, okay, as soon as, if we're going to take a trade and we make an entry, we have to look at, okay, where's our 1 to 3? Our 1 to 3 is right here. As soon as it reach right here, I'm looking to jump out, or I'll hold until I see some rejections, and then I'll close out my trade in full, because I want to make sure I get my 1 to 3, right? And then when it reaches here now, we wait and see what happens. We'll wait for the next move, because this is an area of interest right here. So now we'll wait on price to say, okay, I want to sell now. I want to continue to buy. What is price going to do now? All right. So what we'd want to see is you want to see candle break here, come and retest. And then once it's showing signs of rejection, then we can look for a buy up until somewhere in this area, anywhere in this area where you want to take it, right? But then once it taps into this area, that's when you start to be mindful that, okay, all right, I need to watch and see what is going to happen before I make a decision. Once you see it does something like this and start to reverse and start to do something like this, you jump out to your trade for your 1 to 3. Once you see it start going up and start moving up and start continue to create structure, higher highs, higher lows, then you know, so you can hold it. So that's how you monitor and manage your trades, right? So We're looking for short-term buys, but our overall bias is sells on GJ. Copy that?
Copy.
All right. So again, for those who are just joining, for GJ, we're looking for price to move up a little bit up into between 193 to 194.500 for a possible rejection back to the downside as it's overall in a sell mood, or we're looking for GJ to actually create a bottom wick to continue to go up, reject, and then push up like that. So those are the two possible scenarios that we're looking at. But overall, we're looking for overall sells with a potential buy once price breaks above this level, starts to retest and reject, and then push up for 1 to 3, 1 to 4. So that's what we're looking at. Anybody else have any questions? Or we can move on to the next pair. Can move on to the next pair?
Yeah, man. Yeah, move on next.
One thing. All right. So let's look at I don't really trade GU, so I'm gonna put that for last. Let's look at gold. Gold paid me nicely on Friday. The interesting thing, guys, is that I was expecting gold to actually move from this area on Friday, but it ended up actually moving earlier, and I got the buys, but then right as the buys came, the sells came right after. And now it has tapped into the initial area, because as you can see, these arrows were drawn before I took the trade. Right? So I was expecting gold to come into this area before pushing up, but no, it tapped into the area and is showing a huge rejection, which indicates that it might just actually continue to buy up from this area. But as usual, let us clear the charts completely and let us go for a full top-down analysis. So we'll start from the 12-month. So last year, what did we see happen last year? Last year, gold had this huge bull run all the way up here. It's what's cool about looking at the 12-month chart is that when you go to the lower time frames, there's so much movement. There's this, there's that, there's buys, there bulls, there are bears, everything is just kind of a lot of movement. But when you look at the overall higher time frame charts, it tends to kind of put things into perspective, because guess what? For the past 2 years, gold has been overall bullish, which would mean that really and truly we should always be looking for buys on gold, because gold has been overall bullish, even from as far as January, 2004, gold has been bullish. So really and truly, the only thing that we should be mainly looking for is buys on gold. It's like you can't go wrong once you're in a buy on gold, because the sentiment is typically bullish, right? So the last time that gold actually had any form of structure was when it actually did this in what? It break out of here in 2023, and then it continued the bull run in 2024, and I'm expecting it to continue to go up in 2025. I don't know how far, but I'm still expecting gold to drop a little bit. So this is the all-time high that gold created right here. So I'm expecting, based on how this is looking now, that price might just go grab some liquidity at the all-time highs before pushing down. So I'm expecting probably this month that we're going to hit all-time highs on gold as well. So you guys can look out for some all-time high, some buys on gold overall. All right. So that is what I'm thinking for gold. It could sell, right? But for now, we're looking to definitely tap into this liquidity area right here before we make any other move. As you can see, for this year, price opened up, it grabbed a little bottom wick, and then it started to push up right away. So I'm expecting this push-up move to continue before pushing down. So it's going to tap somewhere up here before doing anything else. So we're expecting more buys on gold. So let's go to
Sir,
yeah, man.
sorry for the interruption.
No, man, no.
I was waiting for a pullback on gold, and I have a specific point where I think it will pull back to. Because I was looking at the analysis last week. I got a great buy, and then I got a great sell. But it was a long buy from Monday, and I held it to Thursday. Yeah, so I think gold is going to pull back some more, probably to 2680. Probably to 2680, then push all the way to 27.
Okay. Well, it's possible. So we could analyze and see, but it's possible. But definitely, if your thought was more buys, then you're on the right track because I'm seeing buys. But let's see as we go down and kind of look at the candles a little bit more, exactly where we're gonna end up. All right. So boom, 6-month candle showing us that candle open up, create a little bottom wick, and now it's pushing up. As I said before, we're looking at 27.90 to be tapped at some point this month. On the 3-month candle. All right, so this is very interesting now, right? So the 3-month candle actually, the previous 3-month candle actually closed doji with a red candle, right? So this indicates that price could possibly push down earlier than it's tapping here, but we have to just watch and see what happens, because the fact that you had this, people who you guys who have been trading with me for a while, you know how I look at the markets. You have a strong bullish move, and then you have a stop. This is a stopper right here. Why did we have a stopper right here? Because there's a great chance that price, the momentum has died down, and now price wants to go to the opposite direction. But before the price goes to the opposite direction, we have to now understand where it wants to go first before it makes that move, right? So we have this area right here where it tapped out from before it starts rejecting. So could it be that price has already rejected and is now ready to go to the downside? We don't know yet. We have to see how everything works out. But looking at the 3-month now, it kind of goes against what we've seen on the higher time frame for gold, that price could possibly want to start rejecting from here and then pushing down. So we'd have to look at that as a possibility as well, because if we even run the Fibonacci, it's at the 70, close to the 78.6. So this could actually be a reversal of a price to come down all the way down here. So we have to be mindful of that. As we go to the 1-month time frame now, so on the 1-month time frame, it kind of confirmed in the 3-month time frame, because guess what? On the 3-month timeline, on the 1-month timeline, sorry, price broke above this area, and then it came back into this area, but it never closed below here. Then price went low, came up, and then closed below here, but it never closed below here. Price then opened up, it went up, it went down a little bit, then it went up, and now it's here. So this is where price is currently. So we have 12 days left in the month. Is this 12-month candle, is this 12 in the 12 days, are we going to see price continue to push up? Or is this a sign that price for the next 12 days is going to continue to go down? And then this candle is going to start to flip and then drive. Those things are things that we have to consider. So now we have a couple of areas that we're looking at, right? The area which is where price is at now, which is 2700, 2703. The area that price tapped into before rejected, which is 2724. And the area where we believe that price can possibly grab some liquidity, which is 2790. So those 3 areas are very critical. So now we have to look and say, all right, what is the possibility for the next 12 days for price to actually push down, flip, and drive for the rest of the month? It's possible, but we just have to wait and see what happens, right? On the daily now, what are we seeing? we're seeing that price is actually in a range currently. Boom, 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 boom. So there's no clear movement on the daily to what price really wants to do. So price is currently in a range on the daily. So there's no real direction yet as to what gold wants to do for the next couple of days. But what we do know is that gold was moving up nicely to the upside, but then rejected this area. And it rejected this area a couple of times. Let's just kind of adjust this a little bit. So it rejected this area. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times it rejected this area, right? And each time it tapped into this area, it went all the way down to here at least. Tap right here, it went down to here at least, right? So we're expecting then for price to do 2 things. Either it's going to continue to push up or it's actually going to come down and then push up. We don't know. We're not sure. So the idea now is to look and say, okay, what is the higher time frame telling us? The higher time frame is telling us that gold is on a bullish move. However, the 3-month and the 1 month is signifying to us that it's on a bearish move. So at this critical point, we kind of don't have a clear direction. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second, please. All right, guys. Sorry about that. So, I had to upgrade I just realized I didn't upgrade my Zoom. So I just upgraded it a while ago. So, yeah, so we're good to go. All right. So, currently, we are in this area right here, right? Price close right here. Let's see if we can adjust this down a little bit to the last point that price broke out of. So what we could expect at minimum is for price to continue to come down to about 26.90 to retest. That's a possibility. But what we want to see for this to happen is we want to see price come and push up first and then push down. So we'd want to see something like this from the new daily candle to push up, create a wick, and then push down and tap into here and come all the way down here. And then we see what will happen after that. So for gold for tomorrow, that is the possibility that we're looking at for price to actually tap here and then push down to tap at least 26.90. All right. As I look at 23 hour, yeah. So yeah. So this falls in line as well. And also this falls in line because as you can see right here, price was maintaining this zone on the 4 hour. And also price was maintaining here on the 4 hour. Right? And then price broke and closed here. So what we're expecting now is we're expecting a wick to form. And then the candle body to continue to drive down to here. My candle is ugly, forgive me. But we're expecting price to start a, where is the color thingy? Expecting price to come up here, bullish first, and then come down here. And then after it's down here, what could happen is that price does something like this, where it comes down and then gives us a green candle right here, back up into this area, and then continues to push up to create that all-time high that we're looking at. Right? So for tomorrow, I would assume that we're going to be getting some more sells. And the area that we're looking to tap into is about 26.90 or anywhere into this region right here. Now, is this enough for us to take a trade to the downside if in case the opportunity presents itself tomorrow? Let's see. Let's go on the 1 hour chart. What we need to do is we need to see price actually come up here to around this area, create some structure, and then we'll have enough range. So price would have to come up here, come somewhere up here, create some structure. It could be even right here that the structure is created. And then when it comes right here, we need to do something like this. It create a rejection and start to push down. Once it starts to break its own lows, this would give us enough confirmation that price is going down. We can take the trade from here, stop loss above, and this would definitely give us a 1 to 3. So we do have enough range for sells to come down for a 1 to 3. So we have enough range for sells. Do we have enough range for buys now? Is the question. So if price should go buy, price would need to come to probably about here. Right? So price would need to open up, probably come to about here, right? And then show some signs of rejection from there. And then we could possibly hop into the trade, I would say from about here. Stop loss below here. This don't look like it has enough range for a buy. Even if we come down here, this don't look like it have enough range for a buy for me. So for me to go and buy, I would have to see price do something like this. Price would have to actually come down here, reject from down here, and then I'd be interested in going long from here for a buy up here. Because that would give me more range. So I can come here and still get a 1 to 3. So that would be what I would think that would happen. So what we need to see is we need to see price come back into this area. Same area I was telling you guys about. So we need to see price come back into this area. Yeah, we need to see price come back into this area right here. Where are my tools? Show some signs of rejection and then push down. That would be the sell trade for me. Otherwise from that, I'm not so sure how much range we have for buys. Because there's so much happening. So like price can react to a couple of places. There's so much reaction that can happen to price. So price can react here, price can react here, price can react here. So the only way I think I'd want to take buys is if price comes down here and start to reject from here and then start to push up. Because for price to break all of these barriers right here, it would need a lot more, it would need a lot more momentum. So we need to come down here to grab some more buyers into this area for it to push up. I don't think it's going to just push up like that. So I'm expecting, if I would want buys, I'd want to see price actually pull back. But sells now, there's a lot less resistance. So once you come back up in here, you can look for a shot straight down for sells. So that's what we're looking at for gold. Anybody have any questions?
Bonfire upon goal.
Sound bad, man, you. You sound bad. Gold pay me 8 grand. Now burn no fire. Not a fire, me now burn pon gold. Come on, guys. Any questions? Don't be afraid to ask any questions, you know. All right. So like everybody good. So we can move on to the next pair, right?
Yeah.
Right, good. Yeah, man, this setup looks beautiful for a sell. Yeah, so we see what happened. All right. Next pair we'll touch on is Amelia favorite pair, US30. US30 had a nice bull run last week. Like, I hope y'all caught that move, man. This is beauty. This is pure beauty. And what it did, it came back and filled this air right here. This long ass move. This is what you call a fill. So it had this long move down here, and then it came back and fill it up. That's beauty. But let's do ourselves a favor. Straight top-down analysis. So far, for the month, for the year, again, similar to gold, US30 for the past 2 years has have a nice bull run. So we're not expecting any difference. The difference between this 12-month and gold 12-month, anybody can spot a difference? Anybody see any difference? We'll show the gold 12-month again. US30 12-month, gold 12-month. What you notice is a slight difference. That's small difference. About the new 1-year candle, the new 12-month candle. This is a 12-month candle on gold. And then this is the 12-month candle on US30. Come on, guys, let's go, man. Any difference? What the difference you notice?
Our longer bottom wick rejection.
Perfect. This actually has a bottom wick. Gold don't have a bottom wick yet. So that's why I'm saying that gold might end up coming down first before continuing to push up because it don't have a bottom wick yet. US30 on the other hand, this bitch
Bottom wick already.
about to move. Right? This bitch right here is about to push all the way up. So US30 looking like she's going to be buying for a while because she created her bottom wick down here. She flipped and now she's driving. So we can expect that US30 may just tap some all-time highs at 45,084. So we're looking for buys on US30 because guess what? The bottom wick already created. So now we're looking for buys. Only time we're looking for sales is if this bottom wick is if the candle start to flip again and start to give us some like it's showing us that it wants to continue to actually go down. But for now, it opened up, it pushed down, and now it's flipping back. So therefore, we're looking for buys overall on US30. And we might get a lot of buys because guess what? This candle right here was strong bullish. This candle right here was strong bullish, had a wick. So we're at least expecting a wick fill, which should be an all-time high, before we know if it's going to continue up or it's going to reject. So overall, US30 looking like it's going to buy. As we go to the 6-month and the 12-month basically look the exact same way. Same thing that's happening. We're on a full bull run, right? And a lot of people, a lot of beginner traders too, right? Or traders who are not profitable yet. They always assume that just because you have all these green candles, one red candle must come. We're not assuming anything. We might anticipate, but the most important thing is to adapt. So we don't anticipate, we don't predict, we adapt. So even though we might have an idea of what we're looking at, we still want to wait until the market actually moves because the market is going to do what it wants to do. Right? So even though I'm saying to you, hey, this looks like it's going to push up, that don't mean that know the future. I'm just saying that just based off of my experience, based on what I've seen before, whenever you see stuff like this, it usually indicates that price is going to push up somewhere. Right? So what we're looking at now is we're looking at price to actually continue to push up. So it created a wick right here. And now it has, if it breaks through here, it has, there's nothing stopping it right here. There's nothing stopping it from between 43,717 to 45,084. There's nothing stopping price once it breaks into this area. Right? So we're looking at overall buys. On the 3-month timeline is the same thing. Nice wick fill is coming, right? Whenever you see these candles, and I spoke to this before, for persons who have been on live on these breakdowns with me, whenever you see a candle with this such a strong wick to the upside or to the opposite side, but it still turns out to be bullish, you can expect that price is not going to continue down. It's going to actually continue up. So anytime you see these candles, another person get tricked by
You know,
these.
I didn't mean to ask you, but you just clarified a while ago when you said it's still close bullish. So
Yeah.
it's normally, to me, that would have just be a rejection.
Right.
But you just say when it closes bullish or
Yeah.
whichever
Once
direction. So
it's
yeah.
still close bullish, it's unlikely to continue to go down. What it does, what this is signaling to me is that there are a lot of bearish pressure right here, but then the bulls are still strong because it never flipped. So that means, and because the bulls are strong, that means that there are bulls still resting in this area. Because even notice this candle, it never closed a long wick, it closed it out.
Oh, I can just put this in her food.
What is it?
Oh, not you, bro.
Okay. So as you can see, even this candle, it closed strong, right? And then this candle opened, it went up strong, but then it got rejected from here. So that's why I'm saying to you that this is the area that I'm most aware of when it comes on to US30. This area is a dangerous area because this area caused all of this to come down. But down here, It's strong because guess what? It never flipped. So that means that there's still some bulls in the market right here. And as you can see, boom, opposite. Now look at the contrast to what we're seeing right here, right? This is going to the downside, had a strong move to the upside, had a long wick down here, but it still end up being bearish. Contrary to this should have actually came back down, right? But what it did, it pushed back up. So there's a great chance, so this doesn't happen all the time, but there's a great chance that when you see something like this, there's a great chance that the candle is going to actually come back down, right? So be mindful, or if it don't come back down and close down, it comes down first before pushing up. So this, I'm not saying that this is going to close bullish, but oftentimes and not, it don't just go bullish right away. It's going to close, it don't go bearish right away. It's going to close bullish, or it's going to come all the way up here before actually making a move down here, because this is the area in which it reacted before. So a lot of times when you see those candles, those are the things that you have to be mindful of, right? So far, on US30, we're seeing where price is pushing up. Had a small rejection right here, but we have 2 months left. I'm expecting price to continue up. And once it comes above 43,678, there's nothing stopping it from continuing to go up to the higher highs. On the monthly time frame now, we have a very interesting look. We have a very interesting outlook, right? So on the monthly time frame, we had this strong push to the upside. Then we had this strong push to the downside. But again, it never closed below here, this line. It closed on the line, and then the bulls are starting to push up. Now, what we want is you want to be able to see how price reacts to the area that it is now. If price continues to push up, what we can expect for the rest of the month is that price is gonna push up a little bit to about right here, right? And then a new month candle will form a wick and then push up and create the higher high. So that is what we're expecting that could happen for the rest of this month. So this month, the candle might come up, stop right here, create a little wick, and the new candle open, give us a wick down here, give us a wick down, oh, sorry. So the new candle open, give us a wick down here, possibly touching this blue line, and then push up to create the higher, the new highs. So that's what we're looking at US30. But what we want to see is once this price break right here, there's nothing stopping it from coming up here. All right, it might take a while to get there, but there's nothing stopping it from going up there. So as we go to the daily time frame now, we can refine this a little bit more. So I would say, let's bring this down here. And as you can see, price broke above here. So this was an area where price rejected a couple of times. So it's a strong area, 1, 2, 3, 4, but then price broke above it and closed above it, which means that, as I said before, that's why I told you there's little resistance, because look at this. All of these red candles need to be balanced out. So you can expect price to continue to shoot up for higher highs. The only place you probably need to be mindful of is right here. And that's a minor, to me, that's a minor level, because price disrespected this level 2 times. Price disrespected this level 2 times. The first time, it disrespected it by going up, and then it disrespected it by coming down. So this is really a minor level. But we still have to be mindful of it, right? So overall, as I said before, I'm expecting price to retest here and then push up and fill this entire area right here. So we're looking for more buys on US30 to go all the way up for an all-time high above 45,084. Right? So we just have to be mindful of how we get there, because guess what? This could always be price coming down here. Price can do something like this. Boom. Create a head, then boom. create a shoulder, and then push up. So just because we anticipate that price is going to push up, that don't mean we must just jump in for a buy. We have to look for the structure to form. We have to look for our entry model. We have to look for all of these things before we actually buy, right? So right off the bat, this is an area where price has support, an area of resistance, a broad area of resistance, and now we're expecting price to pull back before it makes another move. So the discount area that we're looking at price to actually move a draw for the Fibonacci, the discount area is somewhere around here. As I said before, like I said a while ago, you can see that price could possibly even just come back and tap this line before pushing up, right? Let's look at the monthly and see if it's possible. Yeah, very possible for price to come down here. Or rather, I don't think it's going to go so far. I think the furthest it might probably go is probably to right here. Probably the 38%. I would say right here is possibly probably the deepest it would go. But we'd have to see how, the market goes for the coming week. But definitely price looking like it wants to continue to buy the tap for all-time high. So that might happen this month or it might happen in February, but it's going for the all-time high. All right, so that's what we're looking at on US30. Already you can see it start pulling back. So this is our area of interest right here on US30. Our area of interest is right here and anywhere right here. These would be our areas of interest for US30. Right, so price could come down here, reject from right here, and then push up. Or price can, sometimes US30 play around. It can probably look for price to come even further down, deep into here, before pushing up. But overall, I would say we're looking at buys overall for US30. If you're a scalper, you could get some sells to down here. Let's see. Yeah, you have enough. You have enough to get some, a bit close. You have to get like a really tight stop loss to get some sells, but what we don't want to see is we want the price come in this area right here. So if it comes right here and start to reject, then we can see if we can get a trade to push up. If it comes, or if it comes right here, down here, break this level, and then start to reject from there, then we can look for buys coming down and then possibly, sells coming down, and then possibly this would be an entry. Still not enough for a 1 to 3. Yeah, I'm also looking for buys, to be honest. I'm not sure I want to get involved in sales because there's so much areas that, the sales can actually go against you. Price broke out of right here. So I'm expecting price to at least to come to right here. Possibly before rejecting from right there. So, I have a couple of areas where price can reject from before. I would say if price comes here and push up and then start to close back in here and then start to reject, I might be interested in taking a sell from here. And that will give us enough room. Yeah, that will give us enough room. So if price opens up this week and pushes up first and then close back into this area and start to hold below this area, then you can look for sells. Because guess what? this strong move right here happened at this point. So we have to anticipate that another strong move might be coming from this point. But what we need to see is we need to see price grab some liquidity up here, close back in here, and then we can possibly take a trade to the downside. So those are two scenarios. So the first scenario is price break above here, grab liquidity, and then come close back in here, and then start to reject, and then we get the trade down. Or price comes back, grabs liquidity down here, taps into this area, and then move up. So those are the two scenarios I'm looking at if I was to take a trade on US30. Everybody good? Everybody understand? Everybody clear?
Yeah.
Lashy, you good? Amelia, you good? Come and know a phone thing this, you know. Talk to me, ladies, you know, good? Don't see Bridget. Everybody quiet. All right. So yeah. So this is what we're looking at. So these two areas down here to push up, or if price grabs liquidity, shows rejection, and then push down. Those are the two scenarios on US30. Yeah. Um, those are the two scenarios for US30, right? All right, let's look at NAS. NAS looks nice. I like the structure. I love the structure on NAS right now on the 4 hour. I like the structure on NAS right now. Well, let's clear and let's do a full top-down analysis. Okay, so NAS also just like US30.
Hi, Dwayne. I had to step away for the phone a little bit. You could tell me what the prediction for US30 for this evening into tomorrow, please?
Well, let me go over it again. So I'm not sure if it's this evening into tomorrow, but what I'm seeing is the two areas that we're looking at is we're looking for price to either do one of two things. Overall, US30 is bullish. So the bias is bullish. But what we're looking for is that if we're going to take a sell, we would need to see price open up and grab liquidity above this area right here. So we need to see price grab liquidity above this area right here. And then come break back into this zone, show some signs of rejection, and then push down. Or we'd want to see price open up, come into this area right here, somewhere in that area right there, show some sign of rejection before it pushes up. So these are the two scenarios. Either go up, grab some liquidity, break back in, reject, and then push down, or it open and go down first, grab liquidity down here, and then start to reject from here and then push up. So these are the two scenarios that we're looking at. Clear?
Yeah, thanks much.
No problem. All right, so NAS now. We clear the charts. Oh no, we're 12 months, right? So similar to US30, what we see, NAS has a bottom wick, right? And it's pushing up. It came at least to this high right here and started to reject from this high. So now we'd have to be mindful of this high. It's in this area right now. This is the range that price is in currently. So now we go to the 6-month time frame, which should show the same exact thing. This is just like, it's almost like his US30, the same thing that US30 is showing, right? And then we'll go to the 3-month. The 3-month saying the same thing, just like this, the 12-month and the 6-month. So obviously now, we're still looking at buys. Let's go to the 1 month. 1 month, basically showing the same thing as US30. No, what would you see? Gold. Is gold? Or US30? Hold on. Where did we see this formation? The same formation right here. Was it gold? Where did we see this? That's where I see a similar formation. I guess it was US30, I guess. Oh, rated. My bad. Yeah, it was US30. Yeah, it was US30. It was the 3 months. So the same formation on the US30 3-month, the same formation on the NAS 1 month. The same exact formation. You guys see that? You have the long wick bullish candle, doji candle. Same thing on the US30 at the 3-month timeline. Same exact candle formation. You see that? Talk to me now, guys. Honest or quiet? Hello?
Yeah, so?
Guys, you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you can see, it's the same formation, candle formation, on both the 3-month of the US30 and the 1 month of the NAS. So it's the same formation. So I'm expecting price to continue to push up. As you go to the weekly, this looks beautiful. So NAS looks like it's going for all-time highs, just based off of this alone. Price broke out of this zone and break back in. So I'm expecting this new week to push down a little bit and then push up to create an all-time high. We might see the all-time high this week. We might definitely see the all-time high this week. So I am anticipating that we're going to be seeing buys on NAS. NAS looks like it's in full-fledged buys at this moment. So what we can expect is we can expect a little pullback.
Wait, tomorrow Trump actually, yeah, all of them period go skyrocket, man.
Yeah. So we can expect that there are going to be a lot of buys going into the market tomorrow, possibly. All right. So for NAS,
Especially US30. Gold probably drop.
yeah. Yeah, man. So and that's the thing, guys. Like I tell people all the time, say, the market are gonna move like how it move regardless. The levels are gonna be the levels regardless. So regardless if Trump or not, the market will always move like how it's supposed to move. The most you might have is a spike, but the spike will always respect your zones. The spike will always respect your resistance and your support zones. It will always respect it. It's just that there's always going to be more volume in the market. So it might seem like something is happening, but really and truly, it's gonna all be the same thing. Right? So as long as you understand your zones, what you're looking for, where you're looking to take a trade, you're good to go. So you might have a spike, but then when everything come back to normalization, everything flows like how it's supposed to. Right? So really and truly, that is just how it is. So as it relates to NAS now, so we have this area that price rejected from. This area was broken. So now we're in this zone. So we're expecting the new daily candle. Or you want to see from the new daily candle is you want to see the new daily candle create a bottom wick first and then push up. Let's see how that would look on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, right, we'd want to see right. So this is the same Fibonacci, falling line exactly the Fibonacci area. So we'd want to see price come back down in this area right here, start to show signs of rejection for us to take a trade up to the upside. And then we can possibly hold it for an all-time high. So we'd want to see trade the price come down here. We'll get an entry once price start to form structure, and then we can ride it all the way up here. But Nas looking nice for some buys. Nas definitely looking nice for some buys. As you can see, price broke out of there. So definitely expecting price to pull back a little bit to about right here. So there's so much confluences, right? There's so much confluences. One, price is overall bullish. Secondly, price broke this trend line. Thirdly, it broke an area of support, of resistance. And now we need to just create support or form support. So now we just need to form support so that we can get buys to the upside. So lots of confluence is happening right now where that is concerned. So now it's looking like some nice buys coming tomorrow. All right, so for Nas, we're looking at buys. Everybody clear? Everybody understand the goal? Lots of confluences for buys on Nas. So Nas look like it's gonna buy all the way to at least 2173, but it going to 22,136 for sure. So that's looking nice for some buys for sure. So we can look out for that. All right. So we went through everything that I trade, GBP, JPY. For GBP, JPY, we're looking at price to push up above here, show some signs of rejection to get some short-term buys up to here. Or we're looking for price to tap into this area, show some rejection up here to sell down there. Right? Gold, overall, gold look like it wants to tap some all-time highs. But for me, it might actually come and go down first. So I'm expecting gold to pull back and then push down here. And then once it touches there, we're expecting gold to probably show some support and then push up. It can also go all the way down here because this area needs to be filled. We see some imbalance in this area. So this area needs to be filled as well. So it might continue to go down some more, but those are the scenarios that we're looking at. For Nas, we're looking for price to come down into this area right here and then push up. For US30, we're looking for price to either open, grab liquidity and push down, or push down, grab liquidity down here and then push up. So those are the scenarios for this week. What we're looking at, that is our charts. Everybody good to go?
Yeah, can
Yeah,
go
man.
back to GBP, JPY 6 month.
The 6 months.
Yeah. Remove the path. Let me see the week.
Again?
Just remove the path. Yeah. I can put it back.
Oh, where are pre? What pre?
Now I was looking at the zone that it could potentially reject from, which is the blue rectangle.
All right here.
You're right there.
Okay, yeah, man. It could possibly reject from right there. Um,
About around like 189.
yeah, it's about 189, between 189 to 188. This is where it can reject from. Because right here, because this push to the upside, as you can see, right here, because this move to the upside, right here again, because this move to the upside. So we have to be mindful that when the candle reach right here, it might cause the next move to the upside.
All right.
So that is how we figure out which zones are the strong zones, you know? Price reach right here, it caused this move to the upside. Price reach right here, it causes. So then this will be the next zone after that you need to be mindful of.
If it actually break below.
Yeah. So these are the zones that we need to be mindful of. We can bring this down a little bit more, I think. Yeah. So if price comes down, we're expecting it to tap here. Once it breaks here, the next movement is right here. Once it breaks here, the next movement is down here. So that's what we're looking at. All right. Everybody good? Everybody clear?
All is clear.
Amazing. All right, guys. So remember, please follow Learn to Trade JA. All right. Learn to Trade JA. On Instagram, please. Appreciate it. You know, follow Learn to Trade JA. The movement is that my mission is to give every Jamaican an opportunity to use trading as a tool for them to earn some extra money, get out of poverty, you know, but learn it the right way. So, no get rich quick thing, just finding a way to find another skill that will help them to pay a bill. One bar, I can use as a tagline. Use your skills to pay a bill. You know what I mean? So, so that's the movement, guys, and I really would love the support. So just to follow, like, share, comment, share, you know, with other people, other traders where you know, other persons who you want to, who you think should learn how to trade. By the way, you know, say, yo, you know, some always want to trade, but I never want to learn. Just send them the link, make them follow the page. Because what I would do sometimes is that I'll send out my trades on my reels, on my stories, like I did on Friday. I sent out the trade on my story on Friday, and if you were following the story on Friday, you'd have caught the gold trade. So, you know, and then I'm going to be giving a lot more value as well. I'm going to be doing a podcast where I'm going to actually interviewing a lot of traders, even some people like yourself, even if you're not profitable, but just to let people understand the journey, that the journey is a long journey. You know what I mean? It's not an overnight success. It's something that, you know, over time you get better at and you see the results over time. But once you stick to it, guys, believe me, see, once you stick to it, you're going to see the results. You know what I mean? You just have to continue to work hard at it, practice, you know, take the losses as lessons and just continue to move on. And, you know, the mission is to teach as much Jamaicans as possible how to actually trade. You know what I mean? So, and if and after they learn, if there's something that they want to continue to do, them can do it. If not, then it's fine. But the opportunity is there for us to get Jamaicans out of poverty. Because one thing I realized too, you know, is whenever we spend money within the country, that's money that is not growing the economy. Because that money is just circling within the country. But when we get the US dollars from like trading and stuff like that, this is an opportunity for us to get money outside of the country so we can actually build the economy, because you have outside dollars coming into the country. So there are more dollars to circulate. You know what I mean? So when you actually win a trade and you get paid, you got the man where they're the cook shop. Instead of buy one loaf of bread, you buy two loaf of bread because you can afford it. Instead of buy, you know, one stick of butter, you buy the whole thing. You know what I mean? So is like the opportunity is there for when money is earned in US dollars, especially where US dollars is now. When money is earned in US dollars, we can actually bring it back to Jamaica and it can help to benefit ourselves and the community and the whole Jamaica on a whole. So that is my mission. You know, I've gotten a lot from trading and I want to be able to provide the same, you know, what I have gotten, and hopefully people can come out of that situation just from trading alone. So I'm really would love the support. Just send everybody to learn to trade JA and see if we can really build a nice community, a nice energy for persons who want to learn a skill to pay a bill. All right. So big up. Big up
But
for this.
I'm doing.
Yo,
Question, would you be more active on Learn to Trade J or your personal page?
learn to trade. I'm gonna be active on both of them because my personal page, I really like my personal thing. But
Yeah,
learn
yeah.
to trade, like in terms of trading ideas and anything trade related, definitely learn to trade JA. Zane?
Just give it a follow still.
Yeah, man, respect. I appreciate that. And to share it and get more people to follow, please. As I said before, going to be doing some free webinars on Sundays and just to kind of, you know, teach people for trade, break down charts, all that stuff. So every Sunday, at least for the next couple of months, you'll be able to see that. I don't know if it's going to be something that I'll be able to do for the whole entire year, but I'm going to try my best to be as consistent. So every Sunday we'll have some webinars where I can give out see if I can drop some gems and stuff. And I'm going to actually build out a community where, you know, we have exclusive membership where people have access to me directly, and I can probably go on one-on-ones and basically look at what how you're trading and probably give you some pointers as to how you can improve your trading. So, you know, a lot of stuff like that is coming online. So, you know, support the movement, you know what I mean? And, you know, thanks for chilling with me. I hope we get some wins this week. So, yeah. All right. Everybody good?
Respect, bro.
All right, Bill.
Okay, thank you, Dwayne. Nice prayer.
Yeah, man. Big up, Flashy. Big up. No problem. All right, peeps. So much love. Remember, if you're a trade, please manage your risk and always use a condom. I mean, a stop loss. Big up. All right.